What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of HermitPack on the HermitCraft server. Oh yeah, guys. So yeah, this video is a day later than normal. You know, I logged onto the server yesterday. I was going to record a video. I went down to the branch mine. I did some branch mining down there since, you know, we sucked all the lava out. And then I came upstairs and I was looking through the different mods, and next thing I know, it's like super late. And I don't know, just one of those days where I just didn't feel like recording, I guess. But yeah, I am ready to go today, so this is awesome. So a thing that keeps happening here with this setup that we have, we're using biofuel to go into a bioreactor, which is powering our capacitor, right? And that's powering all of our machines, including our grid down here. Now the grid, when I leave this on, this is drawing a constant 15 RF per tick, which makes this thing turn on to fill up our battery, etc. And then if I walk away, I log out for the night, something like that, I come back in the morning, or I come back in the next day, and all of our fuel is gone. Well, that's kind of a problem. I mean, I constantly have to shut things off, and I forget where we run out of fuel, and then I have to farm it all back up again. So yeah, I've done that out here. I've made our little crop patch a little bit bigger, so I can farm a little bit more at a time. But yeah, it's still not that great right now. So what I kind of would like to do, I would like to automate the entire process of everything that has to do with our power. I think we're gonna stay with the same thing. We're gonna use the wheat crops. But we're gonna use the, oh goodness, what was that thing called? The farming station, I think, from Ender.io. Yeah, we're gonna use this to harvest the crops. We will pipe both the seeds and the wheat, I guess the excess seeds and wheat, into not the enrichment chamber, into the crusher here. Yeah, and that'll make more biofuel, which will keep our bioreactor or reactors full. Yeah, we might end up making more than one. I think that might be a smart idea, but you know, let's take it one step at a time. So we want to set up like a place where we're gonna automate this kind of stuff. I was thinking, since the bioreactors make noise, we could set it up like over here. This might be a good idea. We could kind of flatten this out just a little bit. I don't want to like make it super flat, but yeah, it's kind of peaked right here. We need a flat spot for some farming, for some wheat to be grown. So we can shave this down like 2 layers or something like that. I think that would be just fine. Remove the trees and then set up our automated farming station over here. The bioreactors or the biogenerators should be able to keep the farming station powered, and the farming station is going to provide, you know, the wheat for the biofuel. So I think that's going to be a good idea. So I guess the first thing we need to do, let's just go ahead and start removing these trees. I did add a little bit more haste to this axe. It now has the hastest modifier, which I think is 5 or 6 things of 50 redstone. I can't remember. I pretty much added that to all my weapons. Apparently you can add haste to your swords as well. And when you do that, the recharge rate, like how fast you can swing the sword, is increased, which is nice because in 1.9 and higher, they added the combat update or whatever. So you can't spam click anymore. And if you do, you don't do damage to monsters or other players or whatever. So, I mean, I can almost spam click this. Like, you can see that sword above, or I guess below the reticle, the thing in the center. Like, that's about every half second or so I can click again. I should be able to get the full attack force on this thing, which is really, really nice. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish chopping down these trees. I'll flatten out the ground a little bit, sleep till the day. I might make the farming station. I don't think it was too complicated. Was there anything in here that we might need to deal with? Solarium, I think we've made this before, the Z-Logic, yeah, because we made machine chassis before, pulsating crystal, pulsating iron. You know what? I don't think we had access to this before because we didn't have ender pearls, but now we've been to the end and we defeated the end dragon. Ender pearls aren't an issue, so we should be able to make those. Anyway, I think we should be okay to continue on here, so let me get to it, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, well, I'm in the process of still getting things ready, but I noticed that there is a butterfly over here. I believe that's from Forestry, and I haven't been doing any forestry breeding, but there are beehives around. So beehives, yeah, they can pollinate trees, and they can turn leaves into the forestry type, and then we're going to start getting butterflies spawning from those leaves, I guess, is what's going to be happening, right? So I know there's beehives around here. I saw that there was one over here in this general area. Did I just see something move right there? I'm not sure. Anyway, what I'm doing is just kind of looking around to see if there's any more butterflies nearby. And it's daytime. You know what? Look at that. There's a butterfly right there. Okay, so those only spawn from the leaves that have been changed, and the leaves are changed by the beehives that are nearby. So I guess what I like to do is try and figure out where the leaves are that have been changed, where the bees are, and then maybe try and catch one of those butterflies. They might be useful for doing a little bit of forestry tree breeding later. I believe you can catch those with the soul vial. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. I'm getting so much use out of the teleportation wand. This is so good. Like, normally these bouncy boots are great because, like, you can move around faster and you don't take fall damage. But, like, when you drop from a height like that, you bounce for, like, another 15 seconds. That's kind of annoying, right? Let's grab a soul vial. Let's make one, actually. This is fused quartz. Do we have any? We don't. So fused quartz is just, I believe it's nether quartz. I think I made some of this previously. I think it's just like 3 or 4 nether quartz in the alloy smelter. We want that on alloys only. Is that what it is? Yeah, okay. There is 3, 4 fused quartz. Like, it's a soul vial. I guess we probably still want the teleportation wand on us. Now, I saw that there was a butterfly right here, right? Let's go ahead and grab this one since we know where it is, or at least we... Oh, it's right over here now. Oh, are these things, like, moving around? I thought they just kind of, like, stood still and they didn't do anything until you got close to them. Are these things just in constant motion? Get it? Did I get it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got a butterfly. So we should be able to make a butterfly spawner, which would be kind of cool, I guess, if we want to get into some forestry tree breeding. I just wish I knew where those things came from, because I believe those butterflies, they spawn off those leaves like I was talking about, and they never despawn. So eventually we're going to have, like, all of the butterflies around, which I don't know if that's going to be a bad thing or not, but just something to be aware of. We might want to remove any of the forestry. Oh, yeah. Here's one. The forestry beehive that's nearby. Can I come up here? You used to be able to see these leaves when they are mutated, and it might be a thing now where you can't tell if they are mutated. It could be any one of these, really, anywhere nearby that's spawning the butterflies. I saw that there's a bunch of hives around here, too. I don't really know if that's going to be an issue or not, but... Oh, here's another one. Man, you got pollen, don't you? That's a tough butterfly. 2 hits to kill it. Yeah, apple oak pollen. I think there's also special goggles you can wear now that'll show you the leaves that have been changed. That might be what we need to do, that they don't actually appear to be changed. Maybe, I don't know. I'll look into that. Anyway, let me continue on doing what we're doing, try to get this farming station thing set up, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, well, I got the farming station set down. I haven't really done anything with it. I did run some power cable underneath the ground over here to this one. I really don't know what the default range is on one of these things, but I do know you can upgrade the range by putting in the different types of what are those things called? Whatever they are, they go right here. The capacitors, that's what they're called. So anyway, I wanted to check this thing out. So it does say that you need to give it, like, the proper thing. So there's that. Oh, you know what? We didn't get any seeds. I believe we should have some more wheat seeds available because that's what we wanted to plant. So it needs that in its inventory in order to plant that. Let's just take a look. Okay, so we got 54 of them. That should be okay. Let's go and grab those. We can always make more from our wheat field right here since you seem to get seeds and wheat when you harvest the wheat. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the seeds. We kind of want them in all the different quadrants. We don't want only one. I guess something like that should be fine. I don't know if we need to lock it or not. But anyway, we'll go and do this. We'll give this thing a little bit of power, and hopefully this thing just works. I don't know if we have to give it bone meal or not. It looks like some of this has been changed since the last time I've used it. So anyway, here's our biofuel reactor, our biogenerator. So we'll go ahead and give that some power. So things are happening. That's easy. Okay, that's easier than I thought it was. How often does that recognize that it needs... Oh, that's pretty quick. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. We're done. So somehow we got worm over here. I don't know how that worm appeared. Wait, is that thing, when you just throw it on the ground, does it just go in a circle? I guess it just kind of spins and does its little inchworm thing. So we could put some of these around here to help this thing go. Alternatively, we could use our thing, the torcherinos, to make that go really, really fast. Let's check that out. Let's just check it out. So we'll do that. Let's grab some worms. Okay, so we have like 3 of them. That's not a whole lot, but that could help hydrate and get that farm going a little bit faster. I don't know how often we're going to be using the torcherinos, or if at all, because eventually we'll just have a stockpile of this stuff, since this will be running like quite often, right? But anyway, we could take one of these things, stick it right here, and I believe that should hit all these too. So that's going to be a 3x3, 5x5, 7x7. We bump this up to 400%. Okay, so that's a little overpowered. It's quite nice. I like it. And it looks like that does use up the hoe every time. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do as far as putting hoes in here. If we have to get those replaced, maybe just like a chest or something. I don't know, but anyway, we collected a decent amount of wheat just from doing that. A decent amount of wheat and seeds. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out how we're gonna keep that thing stocked up. I mean, I guess you could do like a tinker's tool, right? Is that thing gaining power? Yeah, very slowly. You do like a tinker's tool in here, maybe an unbreaking one. Ooh, that would be nice. We make a mattock, level it up, and do all the obsidian so it's unbreaking. That would be the perfect tool for that, wouldn't it? I think that might be. Okay, well, that's something we can look at doing in the future. That's pretty cool. So this just works. So the whole process of us harvesting is good. We need a way to get these things out of here. We need to put it into a whatever, is it a crusher? I can't remember. Whatever we make the biofuel out of. So let me go ahead and do a little bit more stuff here, get those things hooked up. I need to make some item conduit and some other various pieces, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, well, it seems to be going pretty well. We got some item conduits set up over here. We're extracting out of the bottom side of our farmer. Yep, so you can see the wheat is being extracted out. I don't believe it's going to extract any of these seeds over here, which we don't want to happen. We want that to happen. We want these to stay here. We don't want them to be extracted. So only this stuff. So that's being pulled out, going along our conduit down below and being inserted over here into our crusher, which is crushing it out. This is set up to output to the top side. Yeah, and so we have some more item conduit up here, which is running along the top. We could probably switch it over so it's running along the bottom and we won't have to see that. But either way, we are stocking all of our machines full of the biofuel. We got 3 of these biogenerators over here doing their thing. Yeah, and they are keeping the farming station powered. So apparently that farming station uses power, a little bit of power, I guess, at idle when it's not actually doing anything. Like right now where it says it has no hoe. So yeah, maybe if I do never active, it'll stop using power. Maybe. But anyway, if it's always active and there's no hoe, it still draws a little bit of power. So the next thing we need to do, yeah, is figure out how to get ourselves an unbreakable mattock, or I guess some kind of a hoe in general. I did also make enhanced energy conduit. Yeah, we've been using this energy conduit, which only does 640, but that's not enough for 3 of these that do 280 RF per tick each. Yeah, it just wouldn't cut it. We could do 2 of those, but if we did a 3rd one, it wouldn't quite push all the power. But anyway, so we got our power generation over here. I think I would like to get these somehow to send the power over to our main base and have this be our main power station for everything. So we'll figure out a way how to do that. I think there's some kind of wireless way you can send power with Ender IO. I've never used that before. I guess I can't remember the name of it. I know I've seen them before. Anyway, we'll figure that out at a later time. We might end up just running power cables over there in the meantime or something. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and figure out how we can make ourselves an unbreakable hoe or mattock from Tinker's Construct. All right, guys, so we are in the process of making ourselves a mattock. So I got all the bits and pieces together to make an iron one. I even made the plates or the cast, the molds out of gold this time so we can reuse them for later. So here's what we got. We got the iron axe head, the iron shovel head, and an iron tool rod. All of those together gives us diamond level mining, I guess. It gives us a durability 233 with 5 modifiers. Yeah, so I was thinking, you know, we could just substitute an obsidian tool rod for here. And that'll give us this one that says your tool lasts longer most of the time, but doesn't actually say what it's doing unless it's on one of these tool tips here. Durability minus 100, modifier 0.09. I don't think it says anything about how long it lasts here, right? No, I don't think so. So what I remember from Tinker's Construct previously in 1.7.10, if you add on like an obsidian plate, it gives it a 10% durability boost or modifier or whatever. And you can keep adding those plates until you put 10 of them on, and then your tool is unbreakable at that point. So we could swap out the tool rod right away with this thing, it looks like. I think we might be able to replace this later. But yeah, that's going to cut down our durability by a whole lot, right? That's more than half. So we go from 233 to 84. That's not that great. I think what we're going to end up doing, just making the iron mattock like this. It's got very low XP, so we can level it up pretty quickly, right? Every time we get a level, we get another modifier. All we need is 10 modifiers, so we'll have to figure out a way, or just go do a lot of stuff by hand to get those additional 5 more modifiers. But I was thinking we could try the obsidian plate thing and see if we can do this a little bit more kind of an automatic way. So I made myself a block breaker from random things. This is pretty cheap to make. It's an iron pickaxe, redstone torch, cobblestone. So I'm going to put this thing right here. We're going to put a lever on it, I guess. I think that's how that works. Doesn't look like I'm seeing anything. Let's put a piece of... How does that work? It looks like it's trying to break it, even without a redstone signal. Why is that not breaking it, though? Whoops. I'm not sure why. Does it break cobblestone? Is it because that's a chisel block? Why is that not actually breaking? Is there something else to this that I don't know? We have a redstone signal, anything? No, it looks like whenever it gets a block update, though. I don't know why that's not working. Huh. I was expecting that to be able to break like obsidian, but that's not even going to break cobblestone. I don't know about this. Anyway, what I was going to do, we were going to put water right here. So we'll make like kind of a obsidian generator, and I was just going to put obsidian right there, and I was going to hope that that was going to break it, but yeah, I guess that's not working the way I expected that to, huh? Well, that's a problem. I mean, I guess I can mine these by hand. Now, if I remember right, like an obsidian plate costs 8 obsidian, so that's going to take a while for me to do that. Let me see if there's another way to break blocks. Well, guys, it looks like there's a good way that we can swap out blocks. I don't know if that's going to work with obsidian, but we're going to give it a try. But that, of course, requires us to have a little bit more blaze rods. So we're going to come over here and check out the Nether once again. Yeah, I think we should be okay. That's a lot of magma cubes. We should go ahead and kill these guys, because this is how I got my magma creams the last time. Whoa, guys. Yeah, oh my goodness, they hurt a lot. Okay, let's not die. Is my armor still on? No, gas is after me. I have armor that's broken. That's why. Okay. So I need to figure out how to get back out of here. Yeah, we need to get out of here. We need to get better armor, or at least get armor again. I think the exit's right over here, right? I think so. Can I just... I have the fire resist, so I should be okay if we go into lava. Alright, let me get out of here. Let me out. Okay, let me go get some armor, and we'll be right back to try this again. Alright guys, well that was a fun adventure. I needed this armor. There's so many of those crazy demon chicken, whatever things they are in the Nether. They kept coming after me. Since a lot of the Nether, a lot of the lava has been sucked down, replaced with stone, we're getting gas spawning all over the place. Yeah, you pretty much need fire resistance in order to do a lot of stuff in the Nether. And unfortunately, I didn't get any more magma cream. Yeah, we don't have any more, but I think we have a little bit of blaze rods so we can make our own with some slime. I think you can use the blue slime balls for that as well. So anyway, I went ahead and I made this swapping wand. I'm not sure if this thing's gonna work like we want to. What do we have set up over here? We still have the block breaker. You know, another thing we could try is if we could break like dirt. We didn't try dirt at all on this thing, so it might work with dirt. Let's go ahead and just try to place that there. No, it like gets to the point where it's about to break and it's like, nah, not gonna break it. So this block breaker thing, not very good. Anyway, if we replace the obsidian with dirt using the swapping wand, we should be able to mine up the obsidian way quicker than if we didn't have it. So let's see, what does this thing say? Sneak right click to select a block, right click on a block to replace. Mode switch key default equals to switch mode. Sneak right click, select the block dirt. Oh wow, okay, I don't want to replace that many. I don't want to do a 3x3. I just want to replace one. Okay, I was going to test it here. Obviously, that's not going to be the best option. Let's try doing the whole obsidian thing. Now, if I click that, the hardness of this block differs too much to swap. Really? 5x5, 7x7, single block. Wow. Okay, I wish it would have said something like that on the tip, the tool tip. I expected this to work just like any sort of like replacing thing, but apparently you can't do that. So I can replace these. I mean, I guess that's going to be nice for doing detail work around here or something like that, but I was really hoping I'd be able to replace the obsidian with something. Okay, well, I guess it's back to the drawing board. I still need to find a way to break those blocks that's actually going to work. All right, guys, well, I was going through JEI a little bit more. I was looking for other ways that we can break blocks. So I typed in auto, and sure enough, there's another item in here called an auto breaker. I assume this breaks blocks. If you click on the recipe for this, it looks kind of like, I guess, a dispenser almost. Anyway, so it is 7 cobblestone, a void crystal, and a basic coil, which is Restonia crystal and black quartz. Black quartz is just regular quartz and coal, so that's not bad. The Restonia crystal, we have to use this atomic reconstructor laser thingy. Yeah, I think we looked at that a little bit previously. So you drop some redstone in front of the laser and you get these crystals, and we need 4 of those. And we also need this void crystal, which is a piece of coal dropped in front of the laser. So that seems simple enough. So here's our laser. Let's go ahead and just stick this guy right here. And 4 redstone. And do a thing. It didn't do the thing. Maybe that wasn't in the beam good enough. So there's that. Let me put down the coal. Okay, you know what? Maybe it needs like a block to stop the laser on. Okay, well, we got that one done. Maybe these need to be in this block over here where the laser stops. Uh-huh. Okay, so that's how that works. Cool. Okay, let's go ahead and break this. We don't want to keep wasting power when we don't have to. I think you can apply a redstone signal to that and it stops it, but I don't have one handy, so we'll just go and break it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and make this guy. Cool. That and the auto breaker. Actually, additions. I don't know if this requires power or not. I don't know how this thing works. Redstone mode deactivation. Let's place a block in front of it. Okay, so where are the blocks going? That is the question. It looks like it is breaking them. If I put a chest back there, does it put that in its inventory? Or is it just literally delete the blocks? I don't know. Okay, well, it's just deleting these blocks. What about like cobblestone? Oops. I'm not sure I understand what's going on. Why would that just be deleting the block? Does it hurt me if I stand in front of it? If I stand on the block, it gets rid of it. I feel like there might be more to this item than I can see. Okay, well, I went to go pick the block up, and then all of the blocks that it had broken popped out of it. So I assume it's got an internal inventory that we can't see. Actually, oh, wrong one. I didn't try right-clicking on it. We might have an inventory on there that we can see if I right-click. Oh yeah, look at that. It does have an inventory. I didn't even try right-clicking on it. I didn't think that had an inventory. Okay, so anyway, we can go ahead and do something like this, I would imagine. Insert. This is going to be extract, always active. Now, if we put blocks right here, they get broken in the chest. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So now the question is, will this thing work with obsidian? I feel like I've spent so long trying to get this thing to work, trying to get obsidian to be automatically broken, that I could have done it by hand a lot faster by now. Let's try placing it like that. It has obsidian. That is beautiful. We'll go and stick the chest here. We will put this here, do that same kind of a thing. Insert. This one will be always active. Obsidian. So now, all I gotta do, well, I guess I can stand right here. Just grab this, place. So there's our obsidian. I don't know if there's a way we can place flute in the world like this. There might be some kind of a block that does that for us, but I am perfectly happy placing all the obsidian we need to make the obsidian plates to finally get our mattock with the obsidian modifiers. I don't even know if there is a limit to the amount of modifiers you can put on there. I guess the limit of the amount of plates that you can put on there. Like, you can only put so much haste and I assume so much sharpness on these tools before it's like you've done enough. Like, you can't put any more haste on this particular pickaxe. So maybe at that point we'll have to swap out some of the parts for obsidian only. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let me keep going at this. By the way, I don't think I ever showed you guys how much lava we got from there. 5.7 million millibuckets. I'm not sure how much that is. How much is that? That is like 5,734 buckets of lava. So we got quite a bit from pulling out the lava from down below. Anyway, let me go ahead and finish this up and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, well, if you didn't know, in the newer version of Tinker's Construct, you don't put obsidian plates as a modifier on your tool. Yeah, I just got done making a bunch of those to find that out. You have to make this item called a reinforcement modifier, or I guess it's just called reinforcement, but it is a reinforcement modifier. So that is a blank cast, so 2 pieces of gold on the casting table with nothing on there, so you're just making an empty cast wrapped with 8 obsidian. So anyway, I got those all set up over here. So I made 10 of those and I just got done farming up enough obsidian for all of that. So there is 10 of these reinforcements. So we're going to start putting these guys on here. It says that they do stack. So each level adds 20 chance to not use durability. Oh, well, we can make a second unbreaking tool. Okay, well, I'm just making all sorts of extra things today that I don't need to. So it looks like we can make this thing unbreakable right away. Can we do that? I don't think it's going to let me do that. Will it let me do that? I don't think it's going to let me do that. Let me just go ahead and do just one at a time. It might let me do that. I'm afraid that it might eat one of those. Wait, did I just duplicate something? No, there we go. Okay, so there's that. Reinforced 4 and reinforced. Now it says unbreakable. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. So this is an XP level 0 out of 5. I'm also curious. Let's grab a torturino real quick, just so we can see this thing happening in a decent amount of time. Let's grab a torturino real quick. Let's put this over here in... Whoop, whoa. Going out of control here. Let's put this over here in our farming station, because I'm curious if this thing levels up, gets XP, if it's being used in this machine. I don't know if it does or doesn't. Not that it really matters anymore, because we can make that unbreakable straight away, and that's all I really care about. But let's go ahead and try this. What did we say that was? A 7x7. Go ahead and do one of those numbers. These are all full on power. Oh, you know what? I did turn this thing off, didn't I? Let's turn this thing back on. So is that... Why is that using durability? This thing's supposed to be unbreakable, right? Oops, let me grab this stuff out of here. It says broken. Weird. Okay, so it says that that's supposed to be unbreakable. It lied to me. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, well, that's something that we're gonna have to take into consideration. I don't know how often we're gonna need to harvest crops this quickly, though, so it might not be that big of a deal, but it definitely is something that we need to take note of. Well, I thought I was gonna be smarter than this. Maybe not. We might end up having to make some kind of a thing that just makes a whole bunch of hoes and shoves them into that farming station, and then they just get deleted. There might be a way that we can put an RF modifier on one of these, or use something that can be recharged and pull it out of the machine at a certain level and put it back in. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But you know what, guys? I think we're gonna go and wrap the episode up here for today. Oh my goodness. We tried a lot of different things here. It's not going quite right, but we do have a way to make a lot of biofuel and have a lot of power hooked up. We'll have to figure out a way to get that power over to the base, and a way to get that hose so it doesn't get depleted all the time. Yeah, that kind of stinks. It does say unbreakable, but it's not. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.